Welcome back to the main topic. My name is Vianney Verdon Maldonado, and I am your host. Today, we will be talking about the Wallace State Study Abroad Spain trip.
Hi, my name is Alexis. I run cross country here at Wallace. I got to go on the study abroad program, and I am doing a general studies here, and then I get to transfer to Montevallo.
How did you decide to come to Wallace State?
Well, I had a few friends recommend me come here right before I was about to commit to a different university, and I toured here, and I just fell in love with the place. It was just that one tour, and I loved it so much.
It was so homey.
It was.
It's just like, oh, I imagine myself just walking around. Now that I walk around, I'm like, instead, like when I walked around for the first time, I was like, I imagine myself here. And now I'm like, I can't imagine myself out of here.
I know.
But anyways, what is your major out at Montevallo?
It's going to be biology.
Nice, me too. So how did you hear about the study abroad Spain trip?
I heard about it through the weekly newsletter that we get. Yes, thank you. And then I thought, and I saw that they were going to have their first meeting, and I thought, might as well go and look.
Yeah.
I can say no.
Exactly. Information prior to actually making your decision.
Yes.
Yeah. So I didn't attend that meeting. I had something else going on. But Dakota had mentioned it before, and I was like, I'm definitely going. Sign me up. So at this meeting, what did they talk about?
They talked about where would we be going, how much it would cost, and then how much we would have to pay out of pocket and how much we would have to put down as a deposit.
Who was going over the meeting?
Susan Peak.
And she's the sponsor for the International Club and now over the study abroad program.
She is.
They told you how much it was going to cost and where you were going. Could you elaborate on that?
So they told us the dates and the times and the flights that we would most likely be taking to get to Spain, and we were going to Barcelona, just one city. So
Spring break.
They said it was going to be a lot easier, something they normally didn't do with this program.
Yeah.
They would normally go to many different cities, but this time they were just going to go to one. So they said we would have a lot of free time, but we could also sign up for excursions.
Yeah.
And we would have planned excursions as well, but some of them we could decide if we wanted to go or not.
Yeah. How much was the trip?
The trip was $3,600, but the more people you got to recruit, the more the number would go down.
Right.
So it would be cheaper the more people you got. And Susan Peak also said that if you wanted to invite your friends, and they don't have to be specifically Wallace State.
Yeah.
But they did need to be old enough to be traveling.
They anyone else from the community can join the trip. So that was fun. I do have to mention that we did a fundraiser for the Spain trip, and it was the chili cookout last fall, and we raised money for that. So if for next year, if students are interested in doing the study abroad, if you have ideas for fundraisers, and the sponsors can help you work that out. Have you traveled before?
I have traveled to all 50 states, and that was such a pretty experience to do.
Yeah.
And it took 10 years to do it, but I
Worth
got to
it.
do all that. It was worth it. And
Yeah.
then I've been in and out of Canada a little bit, but that was to see some family.
Nice.
So we didn't go anywhere.
Yeah. So overall, your experience into going to Barcelona, how would you describe it?
It was really eye-opening and a very fun experience. I feel like I grew a little bit. It was just such a fun, new experience because it was some of it was similar to the way most cities are run. So I feel like I could have gotten around really easily. It was just so eye-opening and new and fun to see it in a different country where there's different laws and a different language, really.
Yeah. How did you react to the different language? Was it weird?
It was a little weird. I've taken Spanish classes before, so I know some basic
language,
some basic part of it.
I know Spanish, and when we went, I was like, I got this. And then they were talking in Catalan, and I was like, oh, I don't have this. I was like, okay. So how did you manage to get along in the city?
I mostly just pantomimed, and some of them did speak English, but those that didn't, we got around with pointing and gesturing.
Yeah.
And I spoke enough to get with, I know what the dollar was or the euro was, and so I could get by with some numbers. But if I couldn't fully, I feel like if I couldn't fully understand what they were saying, I could have just pulled out my phone.
Right.
Because we were in the city, and I could have just pulled up Google Translate, and we could have typed it that way.
And Miss Susan does recommend for you to, like, learn the basics.
Yes.
Like, greetings and,
We always practice the greetings.
Yeah.
Hello and goodbye.
Thank
Good morning.
you. Good morning. Good night. And bathroom.
Yes, we always knew where the bathroom was.
Important. Like, ordering food. I don't know. I think a lot of people, most of the people that I talked to, they were, like, very interested in this trip, so they invested time into learning the language. At least the basics.
Yes.
So, yeah.
There were a few words we couldn't get by, but
yeah.
people did understand that we did not speak English.
Yeah.
And so we got by with gestures.
Compassion towards the tourists. Do you mind describing what the schedule looks like and if there's planned events and excursions?
Yeah. There was like 3 planned events that we all had to go on.
Yeah.
And then we had like 3 to 4 excursions that we paid for. And those were really fun. And if you didn't want to do the excursion, you got a lot of free time.
When you register for the trip, there are 3 events or places that you can attend, but you have to register prior to it because tickets go fast.
Yes.
So Alexis went to all 3 of them. And do you want to talk about the places that you went to?
We went to Montserrat. We went to Sagrada Familia,
Yeah.
the Basilica. There was another one. And
Dolly? Was it the art museum?
it was the art museum that you had to
Yeah. Oh,
redo.
we all went to La Sagrada Familia. That was covered in that. But the other thing that you could have done was the cooking class. Did you do the cooking class?
Yes, we did do the
Yeah.
cooking class. I was trying to remember all of them.
So if you pay for these, you would automatically have your ticket down. But when we got into the city, then Miss Susan told us all of the extra stuff that we could do, like the flamenco dance, the boat ride, the art class. What was the other one?
The bike tour.
The bike tour. Did you do any of those?
I did 2 of those. I did the bike tour and the flamenco show.
Nice. The flamenco show made me cry. It was so good.
was
They were
very
so loud, though. The room was really small.
It was really small for it to be that loud.
It was so good. I liked
was
it.
good.
Yeah. Do you think that this trip has enriched your college experience and education?
Yes, definitely. I got to experience a whole different culture than the U.S. entirely, which have similarities, but this Barcelona culture is very different, and it was so cool to see the way, because they eat lunch differently. They eat lunch, and it takes 2 hours to eat lunch. So
They like to socialize.
they are a very social people, and so eating with getting out to eat with friends was cool, but you had to plan for a 2-hour lunch.
Yeah. It was crazy.
Europeans like to stay up really late but not wake up early, which is I do the opposite.
They wake up like their the stuff would open like at 10.
I'd just be wandering around going, I woke up at 6 this morning because I couldn't sleep.
Yeah. Dakota mentioned how he woke up like at 6 and he wanted to get a donut and he looked up donut places near or like pastries and they didn't open up until 9 and he was like, ugh. I agree with Alexis. Like the whole culture thing is so eye-opening. Like I have technically kind of 2 cultures, my Mexican heritage and living here in the United States, like the American culture, and going into Europe and seeing how other people live. It's just like amazing how this world is just, there's so many people. So how do you sign up for the study abroad trips?
Well, the study abroad trips are advertised around the schools. So we went to one of the interest meetings, and Susan Peak later emailed us about the trip, and there was a link in it, and we got to sign up through a website, which if you're interested, you will definitely attend one of these meetings.
Yeah.
And but if you are interested and want to sign up for the next meeting, you can email Susan Peak at susan.peak@wallacestate.edu.
Do you recommend for other students to sign up?
Yes. I think it's just a really great experience, and I think it'll just broaden your horizons to other cultures and other countries just in general, and just you get to see more of the world while you're young.
Exactly.
And while you don't have like any big commitments, you're like, you get to take it with the school, so you get to say, it's a school trip.
Yeah. There's so much you can learn. Like
There is.
It's there's a lot of museums and stuff. We spent a whole day talking about Gaudi.
We did, in all of his buildings, and it was so pretty, though.
It was so pretty. Not gonna lie, by the end of the day, I was like, got it. He's great.
He's a builder and an architecture.
Genius. What were the packing essentials, and did you have to learn the hard way about forgetting something?
Some of the packing essentials that I found really important was just making sure, like, even if you don't think you need it, just packing, like, at least one extra shirt and pants, because you never know.
Yeah.
And then I always packed my bathroom supplies, all my soaps.
Yeah.
So I had them in little cute bottles, and they were very adorable.
Yeah.
But I think sunglasses were needed.
Yes.
I forgot my sunglasses, even though I meant to pack them. And so that's, like, one of the only things I would say I learned the hard way.
Yeah.
But I would say another packing, not necessarily packing essential, but a thing that you should remember when you're packing is pack light. You'll be bringing home souvenirs for you and your family, your friends, whoever you want that you love the most.
Yeah.
And those are going to take up room. So if you know you're not going to pack light, at least bring another backpack.
I did that.
I did that too. I was like, I didn't need it by the end, and I was so excited.
Yeah.
So
I'm a shopaholic, so I brought a whole other suitcase just for my souvenirs.
I brought a backpack in case I needed
Yeah.
an extra bag, but I didn't end up needing it. But definitely pack light, but make sure you bring at least one extra pair of clothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because there's really no washing machines.
Oh, yeah, you don't do laundry. So.
The U.S. you can. I think in Europe you can't.
Yeah, well, even if we could, I think it would take so much time.
Yeah, we
So.
won't be able to sit and watch
Yeah,
it.
would you rather do your laundry or walk around the city? Pick one. So.
Yeah.
Okay. How bad was your jet lag, and was it worse coming back or going there?
The jet lag was, I would say, like, the second day I felt the jet lag, because the first day, like, I was running on little sleep.
Yeah.
But I was also running on the adrenaline of,
Yeah.
I'm here, I don't know what I'm doing, I have to get through customs.
Yeah.
So I was excited and nervous.
So
and
So you would say it hits you the second day.
It hit me the second day, but coming back, I would say, like, I was exhausted from all the things we did, and I was like, I'm ready to be home.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we had, was it 3 layovers?
It was 3 layovers.
Yeah. And after each plane, I was like, closer.
Every time.
Yeah, and I was just completely tired. I guess when you land in Spain, you're, like, excited so it doesn't hit you, and then you come back.
Well, you're fresh. You haven't had spent a week walking around.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. We walked so much.
We got our steps in.
Yeah. I don't walk. That was crazy. I remember someone, I don't know who it was. It was like, I feel like I could walk home compared to, like, how much we walked in Europe. Like, I could probably walk home and I'd be fine. But, yeah, so you would say coming back, it's worse.
Coming back is worse, but, like, the best part about coming back, though, is we weren't jumping ahead. We were falling back. So it was a little better, but we did get back very late.
Yeah, midnight. Crazy.
So I was tired.
Yeah, me too. It's a fun memory, though. I like it.
was.
All the layovers. I really like when the plane would take off. So good. I have one specific song I always played when the plane took off.
What was it?
It's a song, like, it's a Spanish song.
Oh.
It's called La Pipo. It's by Peso Pluma. But it's so good. It made me so happy. I played it every time. And then the plane would take off, but I thought it would take off, but it wouldn't. So I had to replay the song. I was like, okay, this is it. And then I would, like, play, and no, plane would still be. But when it takes off, when it's, like, running, like, not running, but, like,
Going up.
Yeah.
Getting ready.
Like, before it goes up, it just, like, no, it's really fast, and then it takes off. So, yeah, it's my takeoff song. I'm so excited for the next time I can play it. What's your favorite memory from the trip?
My favorite memory is when we went to the Dali Museum, and it wasn't, a lot of people had ended up not going to that museum because it was just an extra excursion.
Yeah.
So it ended up just being 4 of us and our tour guide, Macarena, who was so very lovely.
Yeah.
And it was just so nice, and we got to have personal conversations with her. We got to have personal conversations with our local tour guide for the museum.
Yeah.
And so that was just so cool and so fun. And we got to ask, like, very personal questions.
One-on-one type kind.
Yes, it was so cool.
Oh, that's so cute. I wish I could have gone, but I didn't pay for that one. So, my favorite memory from the trip, after we went to La Sagrada Familia, I didn't talk to anyone to like coordinate where we were gonna go eat afterwards. So I was shopping in the like gift shop or whatever, and I forgot to tell someone, hey, wait for me, so I can go with go with dinner. And so I called Eleonora, and she was like, I'm with my family already. So they had left La Sagrada Familia. And then I called Alexis, the other Alexis, and she was like, she didn't answer. And then Miss Susan, Dakota sends a message in the group chat. Miss Susan, or like Susan's phone is dead, so call me if you need anything. So I texted Dakota, and I was like, I'm still at La Sagrada Familia, what do I do? And he's like, oh, we're just like 3 minutes away at a restaurant. Come join us. And so I did. And it was La Taqueria. It's a Mexican restaurant, which wasn't really Mexican. But I digress. And then I met Alexis and Claire, and I already knew Emily, but we got to know like each other much more at that event, and it was so much fun. I really liked that one day. This whole trip has been a great way like to make new friends. I made so many friends.
I made deeper relationships with, because I knew Emily before, and I got to deepen that one.
Yeah.
And I met you.
Yeah. The Main Topic is hosted by me, Vianney Verdon Maldonado. Script editing is done by Eleanor Slusser. Audio and video editing is done by Emily Delgado Duarte and Arlet Flores. Graphic design and outreach management is done by Gracie Moody. And all of this is possible through the Well Estate marketing team. If you are interested in listening to The Main Topic, make sure to check out our Spotify and YouTube.